We'll start by investigating this first question here. We're going to open up the 3D model, and there are a handful of characteristics that we're going to keep an eye out for. The first thing is just to check the overall size. We'll want to have a gauge for how much of the machine's build volume it takes up, and if it fits at all. I have our relevant build volumes listed here for reference, and it's difficult to decide purely based off of size, but it is going to influence some of our decisions as we keep moving forward with the rest of these considerations. A few things worth noting are for larger parts, FDM in general is going to be the cheapest, and SLA, again, in general is going to be fastest. There are a lot of other factors that could make that untrue, so that comes with some fine print. The other note, though, is if it's too large and you can't fit it in any of these technologies, you can always consider printing them in sections and then joining them together. We've got a lot of different ways to do that, and we've even got a whole webinar on joining parts together. If it is a reasonable size, though, then we can move on to planning out the print orientation. I'm using gold stars here because that's a fast and efficient way to get the idea across, so more gold stars equals better. This is also the step in the process where I start building a bias towards using a certain print technology, and that could change later, but the choice really starts here with orientation because orientation has a huge impact on material cost, processing time, and the aesthetics of a part. If the features are relatively simple, FDM is a great choice because it's fast, cheap, easy, and it's really reliable. If surface finish is a more important requirement, though, then you might lean towards SLA or SLS. They're better with fine features like thin walls, textures, or cosmetic surfaces. SLA has the smoothest surface out of the three, and it can produce the most crisp features out of them as well. It's worth noting, though, that if you're using SLA and SLS, you will want to be a bit careful with some large flat faces or cross sections because those can be slightly more prone to warping than with FDM. If the geometry gets really complex and it has a lot of overhanging features, SLS is usually the way to go because parts are supported on all sides by that unfused powder. So you can print without support or the hassle of support cleanup. If you're going the SLS route, another consideration is how the geometry would work in what's essentially a game of 3D Tetris. It's beneficial if the parts fit tightly together versus if there's a lot of space between them.